This is a bit of a blast from the past, my Sanyo VTC5150. Let's see what's happened to this fine machine in decades of non-use. Let's crack on. Hello, and welcome to another Mr. Betamax video, and this one's a little bit different insofar as we are looking at a Sanyo VTC5150, and this is actually my machine. This was a trade-in when I was repairing video recorders back in the day, and I actually did a full service on it, and I used it a few times, and then ever since then it's pretty much just been stored, and it's been carted about. It's gone through a few house moves and whatever. Not really been used. I can't remember the last time I used it, but it's probably realistically it must be 10 years, maybe more. And I serviced this. I was trying to remember actually. I think I last serviced this in 1994. Like I say, I used it a few times back in the day. Yeah, the kit came from, I think it actually came from CPC, but it might have been Widowvale. Remember them? If you're in the UK, you might remember them, and in the trade. Or it could be a mixture of both. I might have got idlers from one and belts from the other, because sometimes you couldn't always get everything from one place for these machines, even back then. So much. I can't remember, but anyway, it's not a perfect machine. It's got scratches on it. It's seen life. I've pretty much been very careful with it. I mean, one thing is it's missing its original tracking control. This is I think it's a volume control or something. A controller for, I think it's a Matsui TV. Yeah, there it is. My machine. Now this has been stored in where I do these videos, record these videos, for probably about 4 years. It's right at the back. I put it to one side. I'd sort of forgotten about it almost, because I was doing all this other exciting stuff. And this was sort of put just out of the way. But I've had a tidy up and dug it out. And I just thought it'd be really fun to give it a try, to see if everything is still working. It's quite grubby. There's bits of rust. The underneath is actually not too bad. It's had a bit of a bump. I don't know whether that's actually happened when it was before I had it or not. I can't remember. It's a bit rotten. These metal covers do actually get quite rotten, but yeah, it is what it is. And I will be doing some zinc plating of these, because I don't want to spray them. I was thinking I'll just sand them off and spray them, but nah, I'm going to zinc plate them. So let's crack on. And the bit you always like, mains plug test. I can't remember if I even checked this back in the day. I think I just didn't bother. It's quite a classic plug. What concerns me a bit is it looks as if it's been quite damp at some point, and I don't know. Anyway, yeah, 13 amp fuse. Well done, Mr. Betamax. And yeah, you can see it's been damp. It's sort of done strange things, metal compatibility and all that. So yeah, I'm going to change this plug anyway. It's been in the damp. It's obvious that it's not good. So yeah, I'll do that next. It's all done, and you can see there, perfect length there, loop there. Why do you do that? So if the cable grip fails and this gets yanked, the live wire gets pulled out first, and it just renders the device basically unpowered and not live. So yeah, 3 amp fuse as well. Let's crack on. Okay, so let's just go for it. Power it on. There we go. It works. So thank you very much. No. Right, so I think I'm going to be brave and I'm going to try a cassette. So straight off, see how we go. So this cassette isn't the best. So let's put it on. Didn't seem terribly good. It's a bit sticky. Could do with a service. Okay, so let's fast forward first. Yeah, that's not great. I don't remember that being broken. Maybe it was a damaged tape. Do I try another? Because looking in there, that belt looks alright. So I'm going to try another cassette. Okay, so here goes. Don't quite what it's doing there. There's a motor spinning. Quite. That feels like it's driving. Oh, I wonder if it's the loading belt. Maybe that's. Okay. Let's take the covers off. So I'm going to take that right off. Yeah, I think the SKC. I did that. SKC cassette was actually broken before, so and I was actually going to cover that in another video. So something with old cassettes that you have to be aware of. This machine has seen some life. I mean, I've not looked after this. I mean, that's the thing about it. It's been sort of carted around, and I've sort of kept it as a machine to play back beta cassettes. Not really thinking I'd ever really get back into doing all of this. Oh, okay. So it does look like, even though I've done the idler and the belt there, I've just put a random belt on here. This is not the belt that should be on here. It's still intact, it's fine, but you can see it's a lot finer. Let's power it on. Okay, so that's working. Oh, I just wondered if that... you're 5150, you shouldn't do that. That's like a VTC5000. Okay. Yeah, so you can see that belt there, straining. It's not happy. Okay, well, it's not doing too bad. Let's try this cassette, which probably is a really bad idea. So it's winding. That's really cool. Rewind, I think, might be fun. It's sort of doing it. I mean, it's almost like the idlers aren't moving properly. I mean, it's going to need a full service again. And I mean, I just put belts on this. I didn't service it that well. Gave it a clean, put belts on it. It was fine. But that's like... we've got something strange going on there. Yeah, so the idlers aren't moving properly. Okay, so let's try play. Well, that went well. So I know I should be really just going, oh, okay, let's service it. But I just want to see if it will work. Yeah, we've got some interesting things going on there with the so the pinch roller's all right. I do wonder if it's the actual cassette. I think this is another cassette that's seen live. Yeah, there's plenty of torque there. So, what's going on? I mean, see, it has been used quite a lot because it's quite grubby again. And like I say, I just used this and then put it in storage, and it's been carted about from here, there, and everywhere. I think what I might do, I'll clean this up a drum. I'm just going to use some isopropyl and just see if that helps. and we'll try that cassette again. But I'm actually tempted to put a decent cassette in and just see if it'll perform. So, well, it's playing. It's playing well. It's amazing what a decent cassette can do, and playback's actually really good. So that's tracking furthest left, center, and right. Back to center. Pause is never going to be great because we don't have the advance, but we do have the reverse. It's a bit noisy mechanically, but that's really good. So this machine does need a complete service. And it's retracted the tape really well. But it's just struggling. With wind. It's doing some more playback checks. It's actually doing okay. Like forward scan, absolutely perfect. Reverse scan, also good. Play, and it's actually doing okay. Pinch roller is doing its job. Yeah, it just needs those belts done. Idlers seem really good, which I'm very impressed with. Even though they're sort of barely had any use from a friction point of view, they are old and the rubber's really good. So literally just those two belts, and as far as rubbers are concerned, this should be good. Yeah, so actually quite impressed how well this has stood up to a relatively hard storage life as well. So yeah, it's nice to see it back. It really needs a jolly good clean. This was spotless, but it's been through an awful lot since then, and not really loved. When I left the trade eventually, I really did leave the trade. I'd had enough, and I didn't really care too much about machines like I should have. And yeah, this is sort of a bit of a side effect of that. And obviously only fairly recently regained my love of these machines. I found my Sony C30 about 7 years ago, and I got that going, and that sort of rekindled things really. And then I bought a 700ME Sony, and I was just smitten again. And yeah, so that's what the channel's about really. It's sort of reliving what I wanted to work on rather than what I had to work on. And yeah, sort of a bit more under my terms, maybe. I don't know. It's sort of quite nice. I can take my time and enjoy just working on this kit rather than doing it to a schedule. Does make a huge difference. So I just wonder why it's doing that. I wonder if... Oh, what did I used to do? Yes. So what you can do, I seem to remember, is take that spring off there, pop that off, do the same on this side. Pop that off, and then you can flip that over, and you can see what's going on. So that's now in. Right, so the belt's slipping. So the belt hasn't lasted terribly well, but that's not bad. I mean, it's sort of, how many years is it? 30, nearly 30 years? 27 years? Now, this is interesting. Yeah, rewind, and of course it won't do it because that's in the way. That's fine. Yeah, so you can see it's sort of struggling to get into rewind. It's not going to do it, is it? Oh, there we go. So if it detects that this spool isn't moving at all, it will go into the error mode. But me doing this on haphazard winding is doing the trick. And stop. Yeah, so it is failing. So this does need a full service, which I will do. It needs a jolly good cleanup, which I'll also do. I mean, see there, the rust has got in. This must have been in the damp. It's probably been in a shed at some point in its life. I was doing lots of other crazy things. You can sort of see it's not great, but it's been loved. So I think I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to give it a good clean, just literally right the way through, give it a good dust out, and then once I've done that, we'll give this a full service and we'll go through it, check it all out, see what the power supply is like. It has got one of those lovely SDK chips, of course, it's Sanyo, and yeah, I'm sort of really quite excited to see this back to its former glory. Like I say, it does have scratches, whatever. It's seen life, but you know, it's worth saving. And I know it didn't have a lot of hours on it, even though it's got all those marks. They're just from more from cassettes, just bad cassettes and whatever, and just not being serviced since having all this done. So yeah, it's really cool. A bit of a enlightening journey, that, really, for me. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Sorry it's a bit short, but yeah, there'll be a part 2 to this one, and please like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell as well, so you can find out when this will be released, because it'll be a little while. It's going to take me ages to get this clean. It really needs a thorough clean. But with that, Thank you very much for watching, and see you in another video. Bye for now.